Hey guys, Sam here, welcome to another fucking Pokemon Duel video. I know, fucking dead game, whatever, but I just found this to be pretty cool. I got one of my duels featured here in the, featured duel, whatever, sorry for repeating myself. With the current meta, whatever, the poison decks are starting to be a little bit more prominent. Maybe electric decks at this point are taking over just a little bit. But I just wanted to make this video kind of to show how to play against this bullshit because it's one of the most frustrating things. I mean, for me personally, playing against the poison deck is even more frustrating than playing against fucking Deoxys. So, just a standard opening here with Mew just kind of forced this dude to, like, kind of start wasting turns and shit, with his Crobat, whatever. Decide to go all in, go for the Crobat and peace. Sadly, I could have potentially rolled the 50, but it was kind of even less than the 25% chance. So I just decided to take the entry point. Now, if you check out the deck, there is just one thing that completely counters the entire the entirety of this deck, and that is my good old Zapdos. Against Seismitoad, if your opponent decides to take a few, and by the way, I get super fucking unlucky here. Zapdos completely counters Seismitoad. It also counters Gengar, has a lot of purple and 100 base damage. If your opponent has another Zapdos, then it's completely up to the chain levels. And for example, if they have a Venusaur right there, Zapdos is yellow, is also pretty good against the Venusaur since, it's kind of a, a little, I mean, it's a really good chance that you actually get to knock it out. Here I do get pretty lucky. I knock out the Seismitoad because, otherwise I was going to lose my Magikarp, which is pretty sad. None of the figures actually get a miss, but my Sceptile ends up getting poisoned. This is also why a meta deck with a Tropical Energy is pretty good against poison decks, because even if all of your figures get poisoned, it's not that bad, since you have that backup. Right here I decide to take out my Mew with a Max Revive and kind of, maybe not stall, but, just kind of cover that shit. Otherwise, if a Gengar gets on my fucking, jumps over my Sceptile, then it's obviously going to get fucking, annihilated. Here, my Mew also gets fucking knocked out. I mean, there's nothing else that gets knocked out because of the Earthquake, but that was pretty sad. Right here now, I am forced to use the Tropical Energy, otherwise my Sceptile is going to be knocked out, as well as my, goal being fucking threatened. I'm not really sure why he does that. I decide to just go ahead and go for the surround kill. That's pretty good. Now, this guy, I believe, has Gengarite, so that's why I decide to go for, for this thing. Once you play like 1 or 2 games against a Mega Gengar, it's just like really easy to get the hang of what your opponent is doing. So that's pretty good. Here I just decide to kind of go for the double chance, whatever, but he decides to cover that shit up with a Zapdos. Pretty good. Now, if you have a Zapdos, it's obviously a super huge counter to a Virizion. So that's not too great. My opponent decides to go for the attack right here. Luckily, I do get this bullshit. Steel Wing, I mean, it's not that bad, but I just decide to go for, kind of a little bit of the offensive because I am carrying my goal block, which is pretty good. So yeah, let's see. I do get my Terrakion right here. I mean, there's not a lot of things that I can do. And since it's 101, then there's a really high chance that I knock it out. Sadly, it didn't happen there, and I get the Contagious Terror. It gets 1 weight, which is, a little bit bullshit. He still decides to kind of try that shit with the, with a Gengar, with my Zapdos. Now, I'm going to make a video soon, right after this one, because, there is this one guy called Friasa or whatever, I was just watching a video, notification pops up, and he was like, make more vids, please. So, I just decided, what the fuck, okay. Okay, if this happens to you, if you're in this position, just open up both of your entry points, because that way, if your opponent gets 1, then you are free to advance with one of your figures, so that's pretty good. He gets bumpy vibration, whatever, so that's really sad for me. Now my Sceptile is poisoned once again, but it's pretty good because, obviously, I get to, do this bullshit. Now, this is what wins me the game. I'm like, okay, so I can maybe threaten this around. To bait out this around, he fucking falls for it, and since I have an extra double chance, to check it out, what a beast. And if you see the length of this video, then obviously it's, it means that I got the win, so that's pretty good. So obviously, get the Typhoon Slash, super nice, which wins me the game. Puts me at a little bit over 3,300, So that's pretty nice. Let's see, length of this video, you know, not really that much to go. I'm gonna make an updated deck video since, you know, it's actually pretty fucking beast. And, but yeah, for right now, this is kind of how to play against poison decks. Pretty easy if you have a Zapdos Mew, Sceptile, and Tropical Energy. You guys have a great day, and by the way, this is my deck. You can copy that shit. I will see you in the next video, which will be pretty soon. Have a great day.